Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am so excited to show you my first Christmas journal of the 2024 season. It turned out really cute. To be completely honest, I just intended to make this a smaller, more simple journal, and I just kept adding to it, and eventually it became 3 signatures with a bunch of stuffings. So so this is quite a hefty journal. I tried not to stuff it too much, just so it didn't get too bulky, but there is lots of stuff in here and I can't wait to show you. So this measures, let's see, it's about 6 inches, just a little over 6 inches by 9.5 inches. And the spine is like 1.75 inches. There's plenty of writing space in here, but there's also lots of little pockets and tucks for you to put your pictures in, ephemera, whatever. This front here is actually, this is a doily that I thrifted a while ago, and just attached these little studs to it just to give it a little sparkle. And it is sewn over on the left and right side of it, and then the top and bottom are open, so you can actually use this like a pocket, which I did. And in it I just have this really large tag. It's made with chipboard, so it's quite sturdy. It would make a really good writing pad, or you know, once your journal starts getting a little bit more like bulky and start putting things in it, and you might need something to help you, give you a flatter surface when you're writing in your journal, this would be a good thing to have. Or you can just, you know, journal on this, put some pictures on it, and then have pictures hanging out of the front of the journal. Whatever your heart desires, of course. And then I just made this little notepad. It says Christmas wishes. And this was just some leftover fabric that I had. This fabric, by the way, is from Joann's. It's just from Joann's. This is a scrap piece of lace that I had, and took these scrap pieces of paper and just made a little notepad. This would be a cute idea for writing down like gift ideas or something like that. It's just held in by this gold elastic cord. And then the spine of this is actually, this is a pillowcase that I got a long time ago. I just thrifted this and I love using it for spines. I've actually used it on several other spines before in my journals. It's just like a really good thick material, so I love using it for the spine. And then the tie closure is just this metallic gold twine. And here is the inside. Oh, it's so cute. I love how it turned out. It's so much fun. I love that there's such a like hodgepodge of different things, different like eye-catching elements. Yeah, anyway, I can't wait to go through this. So anyway, we'll start with the inside of the front cover here. So all I did with this doily was I just wrapped it around the front cover. So this is also a little tuck area, which I'll show you, but I do have some things attached to the front of it. This is just a little ornament that I got from Dollar Tree, and I love the little jingle on it. And just attached it to the doily with a safety pin, so you can totally take this off and do whatever you want with it. And then I have this Polaroid here, and it's literally just attached with this cord. So you can just untie the cord and remove it. You can put something else there or whatever you want, but this is actually a very special photo because it's actually my family. This is not the original photo because obviously, you know, the original photo belongs with my family, but I did scan in a bunch of family photos that I have from Christmas time. So there's actually another one in here, which I'll show you when we get to it. So this is actually my dad's side of the family. These are my grandparents who are now passed. And then this is my dad. That little baby is my dad and his 2 brothers. I love this photo. But obviously, you know, you can replace this with your own photos and do whatever you want with this one. but it is very special. And then up here I just have a little coin envelope. And inside of it, I just have this tag. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside because everything was kind of attached to this thing back there. So this actually opens up back here. And I have this really big brad, and it's just attached by one of the holes in the doily. So all you have to do is just kind of like a button. Just use one of the holes and attach it to the brad. So when you take that off, this whole thing comes open, and then then there's nothing back here, so you could put pictures or do whatever you want back there. But here I have this little file folder that I made, and it has a pocket on the front. This is just a cutout from an old greeting card that I had. This little button, this is a vintage button. This was my grandmother's. I got a bunch of old buttons from her. And then when you open it up, there's just a couple little pockets that you can, again, put some journaling cards in or ephemera. I have a little memo paper here. This is a vintage book page. And then just some tags and things in there. On the back side, there's also another little pocket. And then that just sits freely in here, but it stays nice and secure with the little inside this doily. And I just had this little coin envelope just clipped onto that file folder. So there's a lot going on here on this first page. So on here, I just have this little die cut 25. This is a faux envelope, so you can actually open this up and use this for journaling or whatever. And then I have this side opening here, so you can put things in here. Then I have a bunch of things clipped to this next page. So this is a little, again, I used some of the fabric that I had left over from the cover and just created this little envelope and just tied together. So you can, when you open that up, there's just a little pocket and I have a couple things in there. And this is a Christmas tree die cut that I got from Hobby Lobby. And this is just something that I made on Canva, December calendar. I thought this would be a good idea to include if you wanted to do any kind of planning in this journal. You could totally use this as one of your spreads, or just use the back side of it and do journaling or whatever you want. So recently I thrifted some scrapbook papers. They're from 1997, so they're not like super old, but they were a really cute find. So all of the scrapbook papers that you see in here that are folded up like this, they were 12 by 12 scrapbook papers. All of those are the vintage ones. So this is a little envelope that I made just with a regular Hallmark envelope, and then I glued a Christmas napkin on it. I actually made a tutorial on how I made this envelope along with some tags with old napkins, so I'm not sure, that'll probably be out after I upload this video, but keep an eye out for that. And then this is the other photo that I was telling you about earlier. That's my dad and his two brothers. Again, a reprint of the original photo, but I just thought it was very like wintry and Christmassy. I did not do a final page count, but I will leave that on the screen, or it'll be in the Etsy listing or something. So for the front and back cover, so I already mentioned the spine is from a pillowcase, and then the fabric is from Joann's. And I actually, so what the fabric is covering is just some sort of thin chipboard, or I don't know if you'd call it chipboard or just like thick cardstock, but it was actually the cover for these vintage scrapbook pages, like the front and back cover page for it. I used those as the cover for this. So what I did was I took those 12 by 12 pieces, folded them in half, and I cut off some of the bottom, and then I just covered the whole piece in fabric. So if this was the chipboard piece that I'm talking about, I folded it in half like this, and then I covered this whole thing in fabric, and then folded it like this and stuck the spine piece in between here, and then just sewed it in like that, and then sewed all the way around it. So that is how, and you can even see here, you can see that the spine piece is going in between these two pieces. So that is how the journal is constructed. I did that for both the front and the back cover. So it is very secure, but it's also flexible and soft. And I also covered the front and back with batting. So it is a little bit smushy, smushy to the touch, if that makes sense. So any digitals that I used in this journal will be linked below, as well as the Etsy link for my shop. If this is still available, I'll have the link below for that as well. If you have any questions about this journal, please feel free to ask in the comments below. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing and liking and doing all the things on YouTube. I really appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love, and I just hope you have a really beautiful and pleasant holiday season. Bye.